Good evening, Randomizer fans, and welcome Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring Tournament Pod G. My name is Lord Fizzlebeat. Joined with me in the booth today is Danny. How's it going, Danny?
It's going pretty alright. I started today doing comms with a friend, and now I'm doing comms with like my favorite person on the planet. I currently have 0 complaints.
Well, you say 0 complaints, but let's talk about what is unfolding in front of us. Now, dem0nfr0g and Rich Bourque have decided on some wonderful optional flags for tonight's race, and 4Forced has given us what we see before us. This wasn't draft, this wasn't pool, this was 4Forced. Thief, 2 fighters, and a black belt, here we go.
Now, I said I had no complaints, and I can still say that because I'm not playing this. Our runners, however, if no complaints now, may have some by the time this is over.
Yeah, because we're also going to be having not just these 4Forced, but also ProcGen Waterfall and Sky 4th Floor Maze. Oh.
You know, ProcGen Waterfall sure can be a thing,
Mhm.
although I swear it's always up and left.
I say it's up and right, but always up, yeah.
Anyone who purposely turns on Sky Maze, I think, is a crazy person.
Mhm.
So really, if they do complain, they have no one to blame but themselves for this mess that they've potentially given themselves.
Mhm. And here we go. So, weapons are going to be the name of the game here. We got iron +3s. That sure was a trip to the White Magic shop to show us our Cure 4 and our Harm 4 that we can't have. Armor shop had a lot of expensive things in it, but we've decided wooden armor is what we want. Wooden armor and some hammers for Rich Bourque.
Yeah, I understand the white magic check because if we promote, those knights can learn it. Unfortunately, our thief has no promotion spells, so it doesn't matter what's in black magic today. We're not gonna see it because nobody's learned of it. Which makes me a little sad.
Mhm. Yeah, no black magic whatsoever, and no ribbon on the black belt could make grinds a sketchy proposition. The fighter is going to be the steady Eddie of the seed. +20 vitality doesn't affect it too terribly much. Katana's always rolled down, so that doesn't matter, and at the cost of 10 agility, which is... So we're headed in opposite directions already. dem0nfr0g gonna check the Lucid Dwarves. Rich Bourque already in TOF.
I'm not sure what these runners are hoping for more right now. They're loose items or
Ooh, how about a Fire
something
2
with
sword?
magic.
Fire 2 sword seems like a pretty good find.
I would be doing a happy dance right now.
What do dwarves have? Iron -2 armor, which... Interestingly, one of dem0nfr0g's fighters is named Blank and was shifted up to the top slot. I can't help but wonder if we're hoping to Dan that one, but it had some armor equipped, so maybe we don't want to Dan it too fast.
Yeah, he moved the better armor to that second one. I think he's hoping that it's not going anywhere soon. And I think that was because he also put a hammer on it, so I think he's at least hoping to use it to get through Garland.
Right.
And then it probably won't last long. However, that Fire 2 item is going to not only help with Garland, but it's going to get through that pirate fight a lot faster. Otherwise, we'd just be clanking pirates upside the head with hammers for like a good minute.
Yeah, get used to seeing it lifted, because we're going to see it lifted a lot for the next 2 hours.
Yeah, I think that Fire 2 item just made the longevity of that fighter much shorter.
So, King Princess giving us Crown Boat. You've got Crown and you've got Boat, and you've got the ability to walk to Astos from one of any number of directions. Where are you headed?
If I've got the Fire 2, I'm gonna go ahead and do Matoya and then do Provoke just to get it out of the way, because chances are you're gonna have to do Marsh, and you got all this other the crown and stuff to do. So I'd just do Provoke, check Matoya, and then do that whole section of the world.
Makes sense. I agree with the Provoca and the Matoya checks. Like, those feel like things you just gotta, but without any functional magic caster at all. Boy, that Provoca sure is a long way out of the way. I might entertain with taking the Fire 2 stick over to Astos and declaring party time. Oh, but I would have missed out on that Zap stick in Matoya. Okay, so magic is happening whether we want it to or not.
And normally these are things like, depending on what you're getting in magic shops, are fine, but you're not like, yay, look what I found. But today we are excited about anything that casts magic that's going to make this easier on us.
So dem0nfr0g's very specifically not healed fighter has gone down. Are we going to see a party jiggle? No, we're going to go get our items first. An interesting 2 double shuffle there. We really want to protect that black belt at all costs. Meanwhile, Bourque giving us a brief glimpse at level 2 magic. I saw Expert in there. Not that Expert does anything for us.
There was also life.
Oh, okay. That will take. That's okay.
I think that Cure for it 1, life it 2 is making promotion if we get tail look really good if we keep one of those fighters alive.
Alternatively, we Dan one of them as close to 15 as we think we can get away with. Ordinarily, my solution to this would just be like, whatever, slap a ribbon on the black belt, but we can't do that today. So now it really is an interesting proposition of what we do about this. So, Bourque gets us the Canoe from Bicky. But without Canoe, I'm real hesitant to leave this inner sea. I mean, we've got Northwest Castle check, we got Marsh check. I kinda don't want to leave those just to go YOLO Crescent Lake.
Yeah, I agree. With those 2 checks there, it makes sense, at least to me. Like, even if I had Canoe, I wouldn't want to leave those 2 things unchecked, because you don't know what they are, and they very likely can be and will be, something you're going to need, and it feels kind of bad to like leave Inner Sea and then have to come back to it.
Here's a question.
Especially to dive Marsh.
If you could have it your way, assume all things optimal, which would you rather orphan, Ice or Marsh? Or would you orphan neither or both?
If I could get away with it in this seed, with just Fire 2 and Zap, I would rather do Marsh than Ice.
So, pulling into Elfland, what do we have going? We have a very lovely inn, and that's about the only thing we can afford right now, but let's go walk around anyway. We've got...
I'll do some checks for, information we might need in the future.
Like an herb for sale in Elfland for 30 grand. That's some information we want. Oh, I missed the armor shop, but it looks like we didn't get anything.
Yeah, it was quick, but I didn't recall seeing much in there.
Alright, Marsh or Northwest? Marsh or Northwest?
And the best part about having all your magic on items is you don't need to worry about houses so much. Especially when they were a little pricey. So you can easily do the Northwest Castle check and then do Marsh or vice versa,
Mhm.
and not have to worry about saving anywhere.
Eventually we're going to want them, possibly for some kind of black belt grind, especially if we're desert bound. The house is just faster than firehousing heal pots, but like outside of that, yeah, it's just tents and cabins and just eat a small subdivision whenever you get hungry. I don't know.
Until then, like you said, it's just tents and stuff. We'll just make ourselves a summer camp.
So Astos, unfortunately, giving us the slab. Luckily casting slow. Not that we were going to melee this thing down anyway. So 9 minutes in, Demon Frog hitting level 6, and for some reason that feels like blistering pace. Ooh, Astos got a little bag of tricks of his own. He's got a Lightning 2, followed by a Lightning 3.
Oh.
We've lost the Fire 2 caster. We still have Zap's dude. Zap lands against all odds. And we got 2 level 8 characters and a useless brick.
Well, I mean, if you were wanting to Dan people, that was one way to do it.
Shoutouts to Demon Frog, who just did a drive-by of the NPC that was standing in front of the level 4 white magic shop. And then went on his merry way to the level 3 magic shop. I saw that.
Demon Frog has no time for bystanders today.
Rich Bourque going over a little bit of ground that Demon Frog has covered. Whereas Demon has decided that I don't want to fight no Astos, I don't want to do no Marsh. The heck with it, we're going to Crescent Lake. We're also digging for armor. What precisely are we digging for? We didn't want that iron shield. We've already gotten iron armor. Oh, we're on the hunt for grind tiles. That's what we're doing.
I understand wanting to have those levels to make things easier. But even if he finds a grind, it's gonna be a bit slow given how few key items we have right now.
Potentially, but on the flip side, we've got a Zap stick and a Fire 2 stick to attempt to get us off the ground with whatever we'd find. We're on A-side tiles, so those two things are more likely than not to take care of most anything we find that we'd want to grind anyway.
And we found the tile that that Zap stick and or staff and Fire 2 stick were pretty good on. Thanks, Gabe.
And then we find one where they wouldn't work very well.
No, not at all.
Let's try down here. Alright, so Earth is a bit of a bust. Meanwhile, down in Marsh Cave, Rich Bourque running into unrunnable zombie packs. How committed is Demon to investigating grind potential? Are we about to hit Crescent on our way to the desert? Yeah, nope, we can't dog of the river. We don't have a canoe. Nope, we're gonna hit Elfland from the south side. I don't hate the Earth check, but it feels awfully ambitious for such a low level and a whole lot of not having anything. And the Scorpions in Marsh Cave have their own Zap stick. Have decided that they objected vigorously to Rich Bourque's presence. But like, it's a 50-50 chance that what we want is here, so like, you gotta dig it out. Especially with the knowledge that Astos is nothing. Like, you gotta do this.
said, I don't mind doing the marsh dive, but it's one of those things where, like, if you don't and you have to come back to it later in the game, nothing about that feels good.
Yeah.
When you've missed something and your brain goes, we gotta go to Marsh, and you're like an hour in, it's just, no, thank you.
The only theoretical upside is that if you can come back here when you're like in your level 20s or whatever, you can maybe get some things to run from you, and if there is something deadly here, you can kind of sort of dodge it.
Yeah. I also don't mind it because we already know what our vendor item is, and there's a possibility of finding money and or things you can vendor for money.
Do a bit of an equipment jiggle real quick. We found a free pro ring, although it might be on the list of things to go, depending on how much money we need. We need a lot more than 3 grand. Richport currently 22 grand short of that herb. Let's see what the style is. A whole fire. That's not really good cash grind potential. We find the TNT, so a little bit of a runaround.
Yeah, I'd say on the way out is when we haven't been taking them on the way in. We see what we've got, we can vendor, and then see what little bit of money we have, and we just start taking all the fights on the way out.
So, Rich Bourque going for the very bold strategy of full clearing 3rd floor Marsh, knowing that Zap Scorpions are lurking around the corner, but we need cash. Ooh, and he gets it's a bust. It was a heck of a gamble. I'm a little disappointed it didn't pay off.
Yeah, unfortunately, that herb in Elfland was around, I think it was 30,000 gold, which hurts a little this early in the game.
Let's see if he can get out with his skin intact, as dem0nfr0g is also in Marsh, enjoying the fun time Marsh attractions like Dark Touch Fire. dem0nfr0g deciding, nope. He probably feels just a hair under the gun with his earth play that didn't pan out, so doesn't want to check any of these other boxes, wants to get out. Gargoyles with Fire 3, slowing him down a little bit, but already I feel like the 3-man comp is paying some dividends with just teensy bit higher levels.
Yeah, because if you were any lower of a level, that Fire 3 could have easily caused a wipe.
So Rich Bourque manages to get out first. dem0nfr0g also manages to get out. Progression-wise, both runners are neck and neck at this point. dem0nfr0g just has a very minor exploration advantage that may or may not even pay off, depending on how Rich Bourque decides to route this.
Though right now, the lead is, they're so close, it almost looks like Rich is just running, turning that TNT, and Teeman's behind him yelling, just wait on me!
Hooray! Oh, hooray!
I may or may not hear you say that in my head every time somebody talks to Hooray Dwarf.
So our TNT turns into our cube, which is a bit of an uh-oh moment. Because now we've got 2 options. We've got the herb that we need to scrimp and save for, and we've got Crescent. And if one of those is the chime, that is going to be
That is going to be a very sad realization for the two runners on stream. They're going to be questioning every thought they ever had about doing a 4-1st.
The other... Oh, I missed Demon killed the Hooray Dwarf too.
Oh. Why? That's so mean. Here's hoping they're not the type of runners you talk to the Hooray Dwarf every time they go in Dwarf Cave.
Question chat, wonder if the guillotine thing affects both or just the one that everyone knows? Uriel Man confirming, nope, tried the other day, the one inside the house is not killable. Yeah, I don't know what their second dialogue text box is, but I'm pretty sure they have two, or a second one was added just so that we could keep it alive in the presence of NPC guillotine. It's been long enough that I don't remember which one we did. The second dialogue is, hooray! That is true.
Well, at least one of them is safe from the monsters on stream.
So dem0nfr0g has decided the heck with the herb, we're gonna go try this sages thingy real quick, whereas Bourque, I suspect, is doing an itty-bitty cash grind. Trying like heck to come up with the funds to get this herb ASAP.
Yeah, I got a quick... Yeah, we're at 14,000. We're only halfway there, so...
Nope, we're abandoning the area.
Oh, I hope that's all you wanted there, Demon.
Gold plus 3s could be helpful to try and get a black belt grind off the ground later, but awfully expensive. Don't need no magic, don't even care about it. What are we gonna get? Is it sadness? Well, it's a different kind of sadness. Because now we get to check Heelhawks for loose.
Always feels a little bad because, yeah, is there something likely there? Possible. But, bright side is hopefully it gives us the money. It's either, I think, going to have to give us a loose or it's going to have to give us the money for our...
Correct. That's my feeling as
if
well.
If it doesn't give us either, top grind it is.
Yeah. 21 minutes in, and our runners are basically less than a minute apart.
Rich is definitely a bit closer. I think he's about 12k up on Demon, so he's closer to having herb money. We're still headed in search for not only a loose item, but the rest of that money.
The awkward part is that Demon passing up early cash grinds is probably going to reward him here. There's 6k, there's a cake, sure. Ordinarily would be fine, but given what we got, I see that going to the vendor. There's 600, there's Flame Shield, and there's a loose adamant. Alright.
Which handy, because we're headed that way to check T-Locks anyway.
Meanwhile, Bourque still having problems with the Zap Scorpions. Because it turns out Zap is a really nasty spell when you're under level 10.
Also, Demon, go sell that Opal Gauntlet. You're never gonna use it.
We can sell it when we get to Elfland, it's fine. Oh, and now we're making the choice. Are we going to Topherlock? We are, let's go. We've had one loose, yes, but what about second loose? Or an eye grind, we'll take either.
I have a feeling if we find second loose this soon, nobody's gonna care what their fighters and thieves are doing, and they're just gonna be looking for like a place to grind those black belts. We're not opening any more boxes, folks. We don't need weapons. We got fist.
In ancient times, a Gurworm was considered not a desirable grind, but like a serviceable one. And oh my god, there's the second loose. Oh.
Oh boy.
Whew, both loose accounted for with that. Now, I would have straight up bypassed TOF lock. I would have been like, look, I'm gonna go somewhere else that's tile dense. And I would be down a loose and looking forever.
Yeah, we're still gonna have to do some more checking, I think, probably to get the rest of our money, unless we just want to try for levels and use that money. But me personally, I would check the key locks, go to Dwarf, do the adamant turn in, check the key locks there, hope for money, and then, to quote Uriel Man from chat, cue the training montage.
Yep.
Because at this point, we've got quite a decent chunk of our key items, so it's gonna help with that grind. Might as well just get it over with. Find something you can punch easy and stay there for a little while.
Holding hands as we take a trip to the elf armory. We got a pier pot, $2, $5, $2. I would have expected the elves to have more money than that. I guess they've fallen on some hard times. And yep, we don't need no cake shirt. What we do need is that herb. Give me that.
We found nothing in the armory. Does that mean the prince has something better?
See what he's got. It is the rod. Alright, so...
Okay, I'm laughing just a little bit at the fact that we sold the cake shirt and got the rod.
That's fine, we got a zap staff, everything's fine.
The one place it would have been useful.
Oh, so... Now here's a theoretical. We know that like earth tiles are a bust. Do we attempt to find somewhere to grind this black belt first, or do we just kind of awkwardly trundle through Earth Cave? Well, we're gonna look for more boxes because we've done good with caster items so far.
Yeah, we've got to turn this adamant. Yay!
Ooh.
Okay, well, that does us no good at the moment.
What?
I said that Agama tile, I didn't see how much it had, but he got through it. Personally, I don't know if well, see, I'm a bad person to ask. I'm horrible at black belts. I would probably go do Earth and then try probably for a grind. But like if Demon heads to Northwest and like it looks like Rich might be parking here for a little while, then Agama's probably okay.
This is going to be probably the best grind we find. The Zap Stick I feel like is going to do a little bit of work. This thing kind of has some health and resistance, which is awkward. I
mean, the one good thing about it is like there's no off encounters if you step off, and you can just walk right out, save, and walk back in.
I think Rich Bourque has decided that this grind is not worth the trouble it presents at the moment. Let's see what dem0nfr0g's analysis is. He does have a slightly higher level party. And he looks at that and says, yeah, I'll have that for lunch. Zap it. We'll try fire 2, see how that goes. 19 damage. Ugh. Zap didn't work. The quick stab, 2 hits for 117, and we've decided, nope, it's melee time. They are over 300 health Agamas by a decent chunk.
Yeah, those Agamas are some chunky boys.
Pretty sure that was north of 400.
Uh-huh. So we're camping here.
Mm-hmm. Check this real quick.
And we want none of it.
What's the melee strength like on this Agama? 2 hits for 97. Pretty good for our purposes. And I believe Demon has the strength to 1 round, maybe 2 round, but we're gonna need some people alive for that. So we're gonna do a little bit of gear jiggle real quick.
I'm listening to you talk and I'm reading chat and I'm having way too much fun in my head calling them thickamas. Thanks, chat. Appreciate you.
Solaria Rex in chat. Surprised they don't let the Sphinx kill off the party. That was my first thought. However, the problem is that the Agama's got enough melee power on its own that I would just let the Agama do the work and rake in enough experience that the Black Belt can be self-sufficient, because I don't think a solo level 12 Black Belt is going to be able to handle Agamas of this power.
Yeah, it's taking multiple rounds here to get those Agamas down, and that's with, you know, more than one person hitting them. So yeah, I don't think a Black Belt just yet on its own is the best idea here.
Question chat, how's the seed going so far? Well, we were forced Thief, Double Fighter, Black Belt. Thieves don't get spell promotion magic. We found both of our loose, one in TOF lock, one in Canaria lock. And currently both of our runners are railroaded into progressing through Earth Cave and finding whatever's in the bottom of that. And now it's grind time. Believe in the Zap Stick in a Dream. That will work for Lich, but Lich is not the most scary thing about Earth Cave by a mile.
Yeah, we had, between the weapons we had on people and the Fire 2 and the Zap, like Earth, even with this silly party, what we had, Earth shouldn't be too much of a problem. But Demon's gonna hit Earth with a big old chunk of Black Belt. So he's gonna be fine.
Yeah. And so there's actually a second reason why I do this now that I'm thinking about it. I believe dem0nfr0g is aware that gargoyles have Fire 3, and that is a hazard on the first couple floors of Earth. So already we just got that. Doing some quick math on mitigation, we've decided that no armor is better than wooden armor and gloves +4, which it is. Let's try Bonch. We hit, so 70 and 94, Agama's still there. 150 and 65. Yeah, it's around 350, 400. Rich Bourque picks up the loose adamant in Canaria lock. Is he gonna make the super brain play and go for TOF lock?
I mean, I personally think if you've got key and you're looking for, like, loose, and you're committed to checking some of the key lock, you might as well check all the key lock. Also, if he's doing what I think he's doing, I like this play, because I do it. Makes me feel like I do okay at some things. But, like, you park there, you can check TOF. If you don't find anything, if you don't save, you reset back out to your boat, and then you just head in the other direction.
So we got the bottle, so now Rich knows he's railroaded through Earth. We're headed back towards our boat. Are we going to keep walking to the right? Or have we decided, nah, Earth is where we're going? Because Rich doesn't know that the Earth tiles are garbage. Oh.
So he's headed? Now see, I was worried he might not check this because he went into Dwarf and did not do key lock.
Did he not do it earlier? I feel like he did it earlier.
Did he earlier?
Did he do it earlier? I could have swore I saw that.
I don't remember. Okay, he did it earlier. Okay, then I missed that. Okay, because I didn't remember him doing earlier, and I got a little worried for a second.
So he was unhappy with the Agama tile, so he's going to check the tile here. It's not going to be what he wants.
It's fine. He'll find something he wants in the next room.
Mm-hmm.
Dark Twinge in chat making me feel a little bit better that I wasn't the only one confused for a second.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile,
It's nice when chat lets you know you're not alone.
so Rich Bourque gets the Oxyel. Meanwhile, how is Grind Team Alpha doing?
We are at least level 20.
There's 21. Time for 6 hits. Where's the custom layout? Shh! We don't talk about that!
Sir, this is a proper broadcast.
Dark Moon will hear and he'll just come in here screaming.
I know he puts up a lot of fuss, but I truly believe that one day Dark Moon will come around and see the genius behind your art.
Welcome, young Jack Daddy in chat. Super confused, but kind of learning what is going on with the randomizer as I watch. So, gonna try and fill in some gaps as best I can. We have 4 orbs that we gotta light in 4 Fiend dungeons. At present, our runners have access to one of them, the Earth Dungeon. We know that that Earth Dungeon is gonna have some method of transportation progression in it. dem0nfr0g has decided to take a break now and grind his black belt. We're doing that because black belts get basically game-endingly OP if you can get them to 32, but you gotta take the time and effort to get them to 32. Rich Bourque apparently probably gonna try the same thing. Once we finish the grind, they're basically gonna roll downhill like an avalanche. They're just gonna go, and there's not gonna be a whole heck of a lot that's gonna get in their way, but we gotta wait for them to get there first. Oh, you know the original game. Perfect. Yes, the EFWA orbs are the 4 Fiend orbs that are unlit because we haven't made it there yet. We do have the Rod, we have the Oxyel, and due to map edits, we have access to the Onrak continent, so we could do C if we want to. The problem is that we know that there's no like progression items there, so we're not going to go until we can also do Waterfall while we're at it and talk to the robot.
Also, since we're just punching Agamas, and we'll take a second to reiterate what our buddy Cyrus in chat said. Anyone who's watching who either maybe knows the vanilla game or is watching this for the first time and has no clue what's going on but thinks it looks fun, our Discord, we have a handy-dandy new player program called a Duckling program, which we do a boot camp and a Duckling Derby. It's a tournament for all new players, and our boot camp starts in about a month. So anybody who might want to join the Discord and learn how to play, this is kind of really a great time to do so.
So,
and thanks to my fellow race crew people for dropping the links in chat.
Mm-hmm.
Teamwork. High five, boys.
Mm-hmm. So, a brief explainer about the bonuses that we've got real quick. So I'll start with the Thief. Plus 80 HP means they start with plus 80 HP at level 1, but otherwise their HP growth is exactly the same as it normally would be. They get a bonus of 15 strength, which is equivalent to about half a temper. Also, temper works in the randomizer. Yay. But 15 strength it's a little bit of a damage boost, but it's not that much of a damage boost. You can find it if you look for it. Unfortunately, their penalty is that when a thief promotes to a ninja, they get no promotion magic whatsoever. Fighter gets plus 20 vitality, which, because of how the fighter gets health when it levels up, vitality doesn't impact it that terribly much. It gets kind of like fixed health at level ups. The vitality will be felt the higher you level, but given that our fighters are probably going to finish the game at like low teens, early 20s, not so much. Fighters and knights also get to equip the katana, formerly ninja-only weapon. Okay damage with very high crit, well, they get access to it as well. Their penalty is 10 agility. They have ever so slightly less dodge than they normally would. And if they were in the front slot, they'd get ambushed a little bit more often. And then our black belt. Our black belt gets plus 15 vitality, and the way vitality impacts the black belt, this black belt is going to be absolutely enormous when it hits 32, like 6, 7, 800 health. They also get 10 extra magic defense, which going to 32 will... It's not one of those stats that's easily felt, but it's helpful all the same. It'd be equivalent to like 2.5 levels, basically, of leveling magic defense that they just get as a bonus. Penalty is they can't equip a ribbon. Not the worst thing in the world given their high magic defense, but ribbon is still a heck of a safety item that we could be regretting not having access to. Well, I talked about the bonuses and the malices in this grind still here. What are you drinking tonight, Danny?
I am drinking blue raspberry Kool-Aid.
Mm.
Like an adult.
Nice. I have a bottle of caffeine-free Dad's old-fashioned root beer.
Well, that doesn't sound too bad. Unfortunately, I love root beer, but it tastes a little weird to me now. Fun fact for those in chat who don't know, which is everybody. One of the fun side effects I got when I had COVID last year was it messed up the taste of only certain things. And I can't drink pop or soda, depending on where you're from, anymore because it tastes horrible. Which makes me a sad Danny because I have horrible insomnia and I miss the caffeine something fierce.
Question in chat, did we look at white magic at all? Does the fighter potentially get anything nice? We get Cure 4 at level 1, and we get Life at level 2. And I don't remember seeing anything at level 3, but like we got Cure 4 and Life. Like it's really hard to ask for anything beyond those two things. Let's check in on Grind Team Alpha. We're at 8 hits. How high are we going? Are we going all the way to 42 because we have absolutely no support whatsoever? I have a feeling that's the case.
Yeah, this black belt, even if you wanted to put a ribbon on it, is mouse, can't wear a ribbon. And we have, I mean, we might get the Saber Bonk, which we can throw on that black belt, but we have no fast. So, like, 42 seems like a solid idea.
We have no fast unless it's the seed I rolled the other night where we had, like, 2 temper items and 2 fast items.
Oh, man. I never get nice seats like that. Also, I feel I may have started something in chat. We're having a debate now on whether it's pop or soda.
I mean, it's soda, but alright.
I let you get away with that because I like you, but you're wrong.
So, the decision to grind to 42 is actually going to have 2 benefits. Number 1, 10 hits versus 8 hits. Number 2, we're basically negating that lack of a ribbon malice, because if we can, over the course of the rest of the game, get to like 45, 46, I forget exactly which one, we'll basically hit 200 MDef on that black belt, which is the MDef cap, which for all intents and purposes will be the same as wearing a ribbon. the MDEF will be so high that like nothing is gonna break 3 and 256 that we're gonna find out of Fiend 2s anyway.
You say, and then watch it happen.
Well, it could always still happen. 3 and 256 can and will happen at any time, but at least from a numbers standpoint, we'll be fine. Oh wait, we've got the plus 10 MDEF already. So it's not 46-ish, it's 44-ish.
Also, update on the caffeinated name wars. We've got 2 new entrants. Soft drink and Coca-Cola.
Now, I have a friend that calls every kind of soda Coke, and they're wrong. It's...
The only place I've been where that actually happened was Atlanta.
That makes sense, because I believe that's where their headquarters is, so that makes sense.
Sure is. Everything was Coke, and here's hoping you at least kind of like it. Personally, I was a Pepsi girl, to which friends made jokes about, like, well, if you're coming, you're not getting it while you're here. So as a joke, I showed up with my own case of it.
You guys are smuggled in this Pepsi. This is the foreign stuff.
I sure did. I packed my suitcase, a ton of snacks, and a case of Pepsi in my minivan, and headed south.
So I guess that basically settles where you are on the debate of Coke versus Pepsi. You're on Pepsi?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm there too. Like
I can drink Coke if it was the only option between the two, but if I have an option, I'm a Pepsi girl.
Pepsi man! Alright, so Grind Team Alpha has finished. We've got the level 42 beef belt. Meanwhile, Rich Bourque is done or going back in? Ran out of heals likely and is going back in. The gym membership will continue until we're finally able to cancel it. Oh, shoutouts to Uriel Man in chat for the Pepsi Man quotes. Oh, that warms my heart.
I told him the other day it was nice to see him back in the Discord, and I wholeheartedly meant it. Missed you, Uriel.
Pepsi for TV. Alright, our inflatable beef belt is gonna hand our brick to a dude, beat out some words, let's go. Let's go do Earth Cave.
That makes sense. You really don't need a brick to be throwing at anything now that you've got somebody who can just punch out things.
Dark Twinge in chat, giving us the hard math. Brack, Slow 2, and Hold all still have a whole 6% chance to hit a target with 200 MDEF. I believe Hold is status element, so I think we're dodging that. Or maybe it actually is that high accuracy. No, never mind. So Brack we don't have to worry about in the Fiend 2 pool. Slow 2 is going to be a danger. If we encounter Slow 2 on a Fiend and we've already lost our 3 Ablative Meat Shields, that could spell trouble for this party if we don't find a source of fast. If you find a source of fast, you just fast yourself and you keep on trucking.
I can't really help much with this conversation because the only thing I know about status elements and stuff is that if you mention it too much and you're not right, Xeno will PM you.
Yeah, he'll just like crash through the wall like the Kool-Aid Man. There's a magic spell to summon him. It's called Death Touch is affected by ribbons. We'll give it 10 seconds. He'll be here, I swear.
We mention it in fun only. We love you, Xeno. He keeps me entertained with YouTube clips. I got no complaints about the man.
It's true. We made it to Vampire. We're light 2 party members. I can't help but feel like we probably lost them somewhere along the way. Possibly those Fire 3 gargoyles. Meanwhile, how's Grind Team Delta doing? We're up to 32, and we're progressing on through. And there's a fast helmet. And our canoe. In hindsight, this could only have been the canoe pretty much, so hooray, we found the thing that was going to be here. Early canoe today, yes. At the blistering pace of 49 minutes in, we have located our canoe.
I, until this morning, could have said that was the latest canoe I've seen. But this morning, we saw one at an hour. So it was almost the latest canoe I've ever seen.
Question chat, imagine that the fast helmet is the equivalent of a silver helmet. Yes, it replaces the heel helmet, which has effectively identical stats to the silver helmet, but can only be equipped by knights and I think ninjas. I mean, I assume ninjas. If I equip ninjas with anything, it's my spare ribbon and like a gold bracelet, so I don't know. I hear they do things. I'm not convinced. Hey, look, it's a lich. 10 hits, 1280 damage. No, it isn't.
Yeah, I hadn't seen it before until a race the other day. And I believe it was Tetron who had it. But his lich was called the S-Bump.
Oh, man.
I knew you'd like that one. And I believe Carrie is Kelly.
Yep.
But yeah, I hadn't seen that before, so I got a good laugh out of it.
So next stop is going to be the Onrak continent. We've got the canoe, so we can talk to the robot. We can just punch our way through the waterfall and then punch our way down to Kraken and then punch Kraken. Meanwhile, we're going to check in with Grind Team Delta real quick. That was a lot of damage off of 8 hits. We got to be close. 39, only 3 more levels to go. And ProcGen Waterfall. That I believe we saw the outline of the room too as soon as we walked in. Yep.
It's like they tried to make this scene difficult, and the scene just went, you know, we're gonna make it look like it at the beginning, and then just be easy.
And robots got our loot. And we got a Mazza +4. That's gonna be a heck of a thing to put on our placeholder thief.
We are a chime away from go mode? Yeah, chime away from go mode. So not only are we in a pretty good shape here, we could be doing this floaterless.
Is floaterless still on the table?
Well, unless Demon did ordeals, and I completely missed it.
It is, actually, yeah. If ordeals or ice give us chime, then we don't have to open anything else. Oop, Grind Team Delta has finished. 981 hit points of solid grade A American beef belt, has boarded the ship, headed back to the party member store. Gonna grab some Blade of Shields real quick.
because my mind is a weird place. You said the way you described that black belt, my immediate thought was like, does that cause the ship to like slow down at all? Not quite like ride that the seas as high.
To list to one side? Yes, it does.
Which then immediately after that, my thought was, and how does that affect the airship? Are we flying a little lower to the ground?
Demon's still opening boxes. I can't help but wonder what we are still looking for. It's gotta be a ribbon at this point. I feel like that's the thing we're looking for.
Yeah, I'm not sure what else could be. We've got a weapon on the one person who's up and needs it.
So Rich headed back. Rich is headed now down to Earth Cave, gonna find the canoe, and basically going to follow the trail that dem0nfr0g is currently blazing. dem0nfr0g's only up basically in Earth Cave and the shortest waterfall known to man, so 1 and we'll call it a quarter dungeons up. Oh, but we're most of the way through this sea. We can call it 2 1/4. We got ourselves a Kraken. Let's go! 8 hits, 637. Kraken's still there. Fast after the nick of time. Kraken giving a very chilly response to our light warriors, but one more punch. 19 hits, 13, 17 damage. There is no longer a Kraken there. I can't help but think of the visual of Demon's boat sailing along, and a solitary Kaizoku boards the ship and is like, "Yar, give me all your money," and the black belt just walks up and punches it, and it just detonates. He just turns to the captain and is just like, "Why did you stop?" Rich Bourque has made it through the vampire fight, halfway down to speed bump Mark 1. Meanwhile, Demon is in ordeals, hoping against hope that this is a chime and we can bypass ice. But we all know it's going to be Floater, because Ordeals is where the Floater lives. Second zap item for dem0nfr0g is Rich Bourque gets the fast helmet and the canoe. Oh. Well. Ice is nice.
I mean, if we want a class change that we get that Cure 4 and life on our knights, it's helpful. Maybe not so much on Demon side though, because those fighters have been dead for a good long while.
So here's the bigger sad noise is that we gotta go do ice, and ice can only be one of two possibilities. It is either the chime or the floater. No, wait, it could also be the ruby, which leads to the chime or the floater. Ugh. We really wanted that Ordeals to be something helpful for us. Oh yeah, Crystal's on the table too. Some, floater or chime or fetch therein is essentially what we're looking at here. And we got our gold bracelet and our pro ring for our optional thief on dem0nfr0g's side. Calling it gonna be the legendary 5th lost ice orb in ice. Well, from all my time playing Time Spinner, the ice orb should stay lost.
Of all the time I've spent watching Time Spinner, I still don't know what that means.
Ice Orb is a very bad weapon. It travels along the ground, so you can't hit anything flying, and it does no damage. It absolutely minimal damage.
That's unfortunate.
So we're taking a pit stop in Volcano real quick. I think dem0nfr0g has just decided that we're going to put all in on this floaterless seed. So, brief recap on the action so far. We got a fun seed. We got Forced, Thief, 2 fighters, and a black belt. The Thief doesn't get magic. We opened an early Fire 2 stick and an early Zap stick. We dirtled around the Inner Sea for a while until we finally got our key, which has both our loose, our Oxiel in TOF, and our Adamant in Canaria.
Canaria locks, yeah.
We found our grindable Agama in Northwest Castle. Took a minute or 30 to do that, and now we're basically just doing the rest of the game. We might be in pursuit of a floaterless seed because the only 2 things that ice can be are either chime or floater or fetch leading to one of those outcomes. I got the Canoe 12 minutes before you did this morning. Woof. But yes, floaterless is on the table. It could be that our bottle and slab turn-ins lead to the ruse item and the temper item.
Well, I think bottle or slab, if... No, you're right. If this is chime, then would be those 2 things.
Yeah. Well, in order to...
Which are nice to have, but probably not needed, because not only did we have all that other stuff kind of easily chucked at our faces in this seed, but we also have a fast item. So, black belt's just gonna blow everything up.
Yeah, the only real mystery that's left is what's in this ice cave. Yeah, it's got to be either chime or floater or fetch leading to one of those 2. It can't be anything else because then we would run out of we'd run out of checks. Like, this is literally the last check we have. So Rich Bourque makes it through the most difficult proc-gen waterfall of all time. Looting everything, so he's going to get the Mazza +4. Looks like dem0nfr0g is done opening boxes, or at least done opening these boxes. my assumption is totally done opening boxes now that we have a weapon for this thief. Or we got that box. I mean, make a liar out of me, I guess.
I mean, if they're right there, and you don't have a ribbon, yeah, Katie, it doesn't take much to check the box.
So we got our fetch, so now we're gonna have to go turn that in.
One more stroll through ice first, though. Ice so nice, we're doing it twice.
Mm-hmm. Solari Rex in chat. The black belt can't wear ribbons, so I don't know if I'd worry about it for one of the other members. I would consider it a convenience so that we can keep optimum firepower going through Topher. If we can ribbon our fast helmet lifter, then that kind of protects it, so our black belt never has to worry about, like, slowing down at all, right? Like, every Topher fight is going to be punch and throw fast and just smash through. So you'll never have to worry about slow 2, you'll never have to worry about, like, a turn 2. Well, you might have to worry about a turn 2, you'll never have to worry about a turn 3. But yeah, it's a suggestion. Like, it would be neat. It's not mandatory, but it would be neat. Alright, here we go. Matoya's Cave. We got a 1 in 3 shot of winning the prize. Or a 100% chance of eating a bunch of encounters. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh! Welcome to Floaterless. We don't need no hot dogs. We can just walk everywhere we want.
We are getting in our steps today. And I mean, in Brightside, at least it's a nice time of year to go on a boat ride.
Yeah, the weather's nice. It's never cloudy.
I mean, so far, we haven't really seen anything too awful in the sea. It's practically sunshine and rainbows.
I mean, some of the sea things did, like, the sharks had glance early on, but at this point, it's all just kind of coasting. We're not doing home on the range. This is not happening.
No. I did the one little bit of, we'll call it quote-unquote singing I will ever do on stream this morning. We're not belting out tunes here, although good job, chat, because that is now in my head.
With Frog and the Bourque play. Good lord. Rich Bourque versus Kraken. We get a punch out first. 10 hits, 1400 damage. Never mind, fight's done. GG, go home.
You know, after the Kraken one I've had in my races the last couple of days, I enjoy watching any Kraken get punched like that. It's a little pep in my metaphorically speaking step.
A little pep in your roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Demon Frog into Mirage now. Are we gonna open the incentive box for funsies, or are we just gonna go for it?
Remember that time I said my brain thinks of weird things? And you said pep on a roll? It made me think of this place near my house that does breakfast food, and they have what's called a peppy, which has pepperoni on a biscuit. And a bunch of other stuff, but it's really good. Now I'm kind of hungry.
Yep, that in fact puts pepperoni on your biscuit. And we're not going to open the incentive box. If I'm Demon Frog, I think the one thing that's going through my mind right now is that, oh my god, I checked Earth early for no reason, and if Rich didn't, there's a chance he might be ahead of me right now. Add it to the facts list. Shh, we don't talk about the facts list. It didn't happen.
We only do proper restreams here.
Oh hey, we have a maze. We have Sky Maze, 3rd floor.
There's a lot of flags that we have on the FFR website that offer countless different things that you can put in your game and play. And a lot of them, even though I don't play them, I get the appeal. This, not one of them.
Oh hey, it's a war mech. Are we gonna blow it up? Yeah, we are. 7 hits for a couple hundred damage. War mech, amazingly still there.
And hits like a kitten.
Yeah, 16 hits, 1200 damage. Down goes war mech. Hello, level 47.
I don't know if it's possible, but like, Topher's gonna just audibly whimper when Demon Frog enters.
9 hits, 1200 damage, faster than bracking. Down goes Tia. Are we gonna take the shortcut back to Temple of Fiends? Oh, I think we are. Yeah, we are.
We're not going for heals. We have no cares. We are just going straight to Topher.
Yeah, we don't need the other ablative meat shield. We'll just cramp our style.
Wait, how many heals did I just see him go in with?
I wasn't looking. I never look at
that
heals.
Was either
Wait,
80 or 36, and I am really hoping it was 86.
No, it doesn't matter how many heals you have. This is... So, it's extremely doubtful that anything like mechanical is going to slow this party down. I think what Rich Bourque needs at this point is some kind of RNG nonsense to trigger a wipe. Because at this point Rich Bourque has got to turn in that crystal to get the chime and then do Sky and then he'll be in Topher. Yeah, I don't think a nuclear chaos and a nuke Tiamat is gonna slow that black belt down. No, we need insta-kill shenanigans. That's about the only thing we're really afraid of here. Unrunnables help. They're gonna put a dent in our heal supply. This is just gonna be the worst feeling in the world, running into these fights and just being like, God. Just get out of my way! I gotta punch your boss!
Especially when, you know, they're not being paid enough to slow him down.
Like
the really annoying office manager that tries to stop you before entering the boss's office.
Well, hold on, you need an appointment. Now punch. Speed Bump Mark II has been jumped, and we are on our way to the first actual boss. Question in chat. Seems like a bit of a gap. Where did Rich go wrong? I think the answer to that is pretty simple. There is an adage I like to believe in a black belt versus black belt contest. He who grinds first wins. And I feel like we saw that pay out here. dem0nfr0g was the first to grind, first to leave the grind, and everything has just snowballed since then. Because they were basically dead even, but Rich delayed the grind to check a couple other boxes. There wasn't even too many up in the grind because there needed to be some escorts due to how punchy the Agamas were. Oh hey, there's our insta-kill shenanigans, but they hit the wrong thing. It's just Black Belt Veto for now. No, it was just delayed grind. Delayed grind resulted in delayed progression.
Okay, I don't even care how high level that black belt is. I saw him get stopped by that party and I winked. Nothing worse than like getting through one of these refining fights and then getting something like that. And it's just like, no.
Tia opens with a lightning 3, but isn't going to do a heck of a lot more. 15 hits for 1305, still there. Manages to get out one more Fire 3 spell, but another 16 hits for 1400 damage. Down goes Tia 2. We're on to Chaos, and we've got enough heals. More than enough. Chat trying as hard as possible to curse, but they can't quite muster the spiritual power to do it. Here comes Chaos. Chaos opens with Lit 2 for not very much damage. The fast goes off. Time for Punch. 17 hits, 1948 damage. Chaos still there, but not for long. 17 hits, 1558. Down goes Chaos. dem0nfr0g finishes in first place with a race time GG time of 1 hour, 17 minutes, and 11 seconds. GG to him.
Yep, GG indeed.
And we're joined in the booth by our first place finisher, dem0nfr0g. Boy, that was a run.
So let's go through this. No mages. Okay. No mages. The thief got no promo magic, so we got no black magic. We got the super late floater, so you're not getting any white magic on the knights. We got Canoe behind the rod block, which is always fun. Yeah. I'm pretty happy with 117.
I feel like the only real question I have is, you did the early earth check hoping for tiles. did you ever have a thought about checking out desert early, or were you just going to try and chase tiles and hope for the best?
Tiles, at least to start, because even if I found something nice and juicy on an overworld, it was a bit of a walk, and I had a zap stick and a fire 2 sword, so I didn't think that was even going to work, even if I found something juicy on the overworld.
Right.
I was just chasing. I wanted something, and the Agama, while he was a bit hard to get started, it was pretty much, I think, the only thing you realistically could do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you both, I believe Rich was the first one to find the Agama, but didn't seem sure enough in party levels. He was 4-man from the start. You went to 3-man pretty early. Wasn't sure enough in his levels and decided to head elsewhere to check for other options, but eventually returned and settled on it. You found it and basically never left.
I think I was at a point where I knew that progression was behind the rod. It's like, well, I'm not going in at level 6 with a zap stick and a prayer. So
well, not with that attitude.
Come on, just do it.
So we're going to make this Agama happen one way or another. Zap stick shall save us all. And that, the zap stick and like the up roll, I think it was strength or something on the thieves and some +3s on sabers. I don't know. It worked, kind of. Yeah, then after that it was God, I hate getting crystal and ice, because especially with me parking on the one spot, I'm like, okay, what's the best way to do this? I'm level 42 plus. Everything will run. Let's just take it by land, I guess. And then I was like, mother, didn't want to do the tribe.
I mean, everything will run, but you kind of saw everything on the way.
Yeah, see, that's why A, I didn't stop for the incentive, and B, Warmech had to die, because somebody had to pay for what just happened.
It's true, it's true. Rich Bourque on the Bridge of Destiny, we'll see if we can have Robot Time Part 2. No. He had a much longer trip through the maze than you did. It was kind of shockingly short for you. It's just
I just picked the direction and walked, and I got lucky on that.
Yeah. 16 hits for 1430. Oof.
Yeah, I was actively saying I don't see why anybody chooses that flag, and then you just breeze right through it.
And also, while Rich is getting to Topher, man, like I said, all right, 80 heal potions, that's fine. I got ambushed by slimes, then ambushed by badmen, then ambushed by slimes, and then I had a couple of unrunnables. I'm like, this is not okay.
Yeah, you went in, and when you saved, I couldn't tell, thanks to the old lady eyes over here, if it was 86 that you had or whatever it was, or 36, and I just went, oh no, please let it be 80 something, because
oh no, Fizzle taught me that lesson. If I'm that low, I'm stopping.
That's the funny part. She asked me how many heals you had, and I'm just like, I don't know, I don't look at that.
Yeah, 87 is like, I'm not stopping for 13 heal potions, it's fine. And then I'm like, oh, ambush, oh, ambush, oh, ambush, oh, unrunnable.
See, I learned the same lesson. It's like, but I'm even at 86, I'm like, I'm going for those other 13. Because if I don't, I'll need them.
If it was in line, I don't mind spending. Like I took a bunch of chests. I'm sure Fizzle was shouting at me, stop taking chests. But
I thought you were looking for a ribbon. That's
exactly what I wanted. I wanted the run bot / fast bot to survive the zap that he didn't freaking survive. Yeah, I was just hoping for a ribbon to fall into my lap, because like the loose fell into my lap pretty early. The grind fell into my lap. Like, well, let's waste all of spring tournament luck on one race, sure.
Yeah, we kind of figured that was the one thing you were looking for, because I mean, you already had the Mazda, you have a black belt that's just gonna blow everything up. So, I mean, really couldn't think of anything else you would have wanted.
Yeah, it was just anything like indirect line of travel. Like I wasn't going anywhere weird for it, but yeah, just if it would happen to be jaunting by a chest, yeah.
I don't believe your opponent spotted a ribbon either. You both have taken pretty identical paths and opened pretty much the same boxes.
I didn't see him open one either, and given how few boxes have had to be open, like who knows where there's a ribbon?
Yeah, with loose so early. That's another thing with loose so early. You have the fighter, but you don't want to open any more boxes. The Mazza just was stupid luck. If not the Mazza, there was no other usable weapon. So just saying, screw it. Too early, loose, and a black belt. I know what to do here. This is a pretty simple equation.
Yeah, as soon as both loose were found, it was basically like, all right, well, everybody in this party but the black belt has just gained a short lifespan.
And it's like, oh no, the black belt has no ribbon. Whatever shall I do?
I mean, I was just like, well, normally this is interesting because you only level to 32, and then I saw you charge right past 32. It's just like, oh, we're going to 42. All right, well, it's one way to get around the no ribbon thing.
I know, my thought was like, no ribbon, and, unless there's a whatever item with it, we don't have fast, so, 42 on the black belt makes sense. And then a few minutes later, hey, look, fast item.
that was my exact thought. Is I didn't have fast or temper or lock or nukes or anything to fall back on. No, we're just going. We're not playing this cheeky and doing 38 and hoping we get 42. We're going to 42 and blowing it up. Just like that.
Yep.
Lich 2, we don't need supportive magic.
I mean, I saw a cheeky self-fast, I think, in there somewhere, but, like...
He cast fast with the, his thief in the top slot has a spouse helmet, and he cast it, but that black belt punched before he got a chance.
Alright, Carry 2, here we go. Big punch, 20 hits, 1383, down goes Carry 2. This right here, if you're new to the if you're experienced with the original game, you might not have ever seen the meme power of black belts. Worth noting, these black belts are nerfed. Their crit rate's been cut in half. So we're on to the Kraken floor.
Yeah, like I'm very much a person who always takes fighters, and I love my fighters. But I will admit, watching someone play a black belt makes a part of me wish I was good at it, because there's something really satisfying the few times I've done it about going through Topher with a black belt and just punching everything out of your way. Especially if the seed is sucked up until then, it's just kind of cathartic.
So here comes the zap. We've lost 2 of our party members, but we've got the one that matters. 5 hits for 839, Kraken still there. Quad X ineffective. We're going to try melee. 3 hits for 10, 6 hits 492, down goes Kraken 2. Gonna need to move that fast helmet around real quick.
Yep.
Yeah, my guiding principle with black belts is grind as early as physically possible, and that's why I did a quick check over to Earth, just to see if I could find something to get at least started, if not the full grind. But yeah, just get the levels early, and you can just roll it up once you're 42. It's just so easy once you get that far.
Doing a little bit more gear rearranging real quick as we are on the Tier 2 floor. We're going to keep both in the bottom slots. We want to try to avoid as much... Well, we want to try to avoid some punches coming into our black belt. About half of them, I would say. We got more than enough heals.
This was before the grind. I was like, screw it, I'm getting the herb. I sold the Quake shirt and then immediately realized, oh, I gotta go do Lich.
Yeah, we had a bit of a laugh at that one. Sell the Quake
That
shirt
was a dummy.
Rod, which was the one place it would have been useful. It's like, oh, well, that was fun.
You had zap sticks. You were fine.
I mean, I was saying I'd go into Earth, but I think they were level 9 because I had the fire 2 sword or whatever it was and a zap stick. So Yeah, I was all aboard that plan. We didn't need
Zapstick
Quake.
was the
Nobody's
plan
all
until
dying.
Agama showed up. Yes.
And here we go. Chaos Fight Part 2. Let's begin. Fast Helmet goes off first. Here comes Punch. 15 hits, 1137. Incoming Lightning 2 ain't gonna do a whole heck of a lot. Double swing, but Punch gets there for 16 hits, 1185. We're gonna see a whole third round. No, we're not. Mazza gets there, 4 hits, 237. Down goes Chaos. Rich Bourque finishes in second place with official race time, GG time of 1 hour, 28 minutes, and 52 seconds.
I don't think I've ever seen you prove wrong so quickly.
And we're joined in the booth by our second place finisher, Rich Bourque. GG, man. Good run.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
GG.
GG dem0nfr0g. That was a heck of a seed. I think I played a little too safe with some of the things that I did, and I spent way too much time early on trying to get money to buy that herb. But yeah, it is what it is. It was fun. I finished the seed.
I feel like early on, so you went for a lot of trying to grind early for cash. dem0nfr0g went to Earth Cave in search of grind tiles. You both were basically almost holding hands doing some of your keylock checks. The real difference maker ended up being when Demon found the Agamas, he just sat there, whereas you kind of left and came back to them.
Yeah, I was not very thrilled with how much damage that the black belt was doing at that point in time. I didn't want to. You could see that I used like the zap stick or the fire 2 stick for a little while to see what would happen. But it's like, yeah, no. It's like I'm gonna leave and come back. And I was just glad that I got a couple of extra checks and got that Oxyale. So I had that extra key item, had both my loose, and then it's like, okay, well, it's go time, so let's just do it.
Yeah, I think when we all found out, you guys included, what the forced party here was, I think everybody had a collective, oh no moment. But all things considered, like, I think this seed was pretty okay compared to how bad it could have been.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, definitely. And compared to a bunch of the seeds that I've run, this was a cakewalk.
Yeah, without that Agama, this would have been totally 100% different.
Oh, I agree there. You know, I could see that there were T-Rexes up in the desert, but that would have meant going up there without being able to know what was there, and also without having the canoe, so you don't have that safety net of, you know, going someplace else or whatever. It's like, yeah, I think that it was best to go for the Agama, although I did consider trying to go to the desert, but it's grind on the tile, you know, not on the tile that you're hoping for.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you both had pretty identical runs. I'm basically already out of questions. Danny, do you have any questions for our runners?
No, not really. I think the few that we've asked, like you said, they ran. Honestly, there was not a whole lot of differences in their runs. And the few questions we've had, I think we've asked.
You know, I got fortunate with the ordeals pillars, but then I got lost in the maze in sky, so that all worked out.
Yeah, I will say though, like, I was impressed watching both of you run this, because I would have gotten handed that party and then just been befuddled on what to do for like the next hour, and it would have been real bad. So I think you both did incredibly well with what you were given.
Well, thanks. I was disappointed with that ProcGen Waterfall. It's like, seriously? You could see where
oh yeah, you pop in.
It was as soon as you walked in. It's like, I don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah, no, it's like you guys picked 4 4s and these flags that are, you know, can make what you're doing much more difficult than it is, and then the seed makes you think it's gonna just be awful based on what it gives you as a party, and then everything is just easy. Here's your 2 loose. Here's you a Mazda 3 without hardly checking any boxes. Prop Gym Waterfall? Nah, not today. We're just gonna move the door closer to the entrance. It's like, come on now.
I ended up going floaterless. Demon Frog, did you get the floater?
Nope. It was in. It had to be Sky, right? I don't think there's anything that turned.
Yeah.
No, it could have been Ruby. Could have been Ruby. That's it.
Right. Either way, you're getting.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, whatever led to it was either going to be in Sky or would be to floater, but it had to come from Sky.
Now I have to go back and actually check that, because now I have to know if it's the Ruby for the ultimate troll.
I mean, feel free to let me know afterwards, because I know I kind of want to know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I deleted it off my computer, so I'm not even going to go back.
Well, I guess we're going to move this on to final thoughts. We'll start with our race winner, Demon Frog. Final thoughts.
Yeah, I think this was a good way to start off my my spring tournament run. You know, absolutely no usable magic whatsoever other than a Zapstick, a Fire 2 sword, and a fast element. So yeah, there we go.
Rich Bourque, final thoughts.
This is my first spring tournament. I've been part of the community for about a year now. I wanted to finish the seed today, and that was my goal. Originally coming in, I wanted to win a match, but that didn't happen. But I wanted to finish the seed, so I'm glad that I was able to do so. GG's again to Demon Frog. Thanks to Wheels and Fizzle for comms, and Guardian Marcus for doing the tracking, and Fizzle, you're doing the restream too, right? So thanks for that. And join the community, everybody. You need to play FFR. This is a great group of people. So,
all right, my co-coms, Danny, final thoughts.
Just GG again to both runners. Like I said before, I was impressed how well you guys did with this seed. Thanks to Guardian for doing all the tracking and pushing the buttons and taking all the notes. Fizzle for doing comms with me. I always enjoy spending time with you no matter what we're doing, and this honestly was a lot of fun tonight, and chat was great, so thanks to everyone who watched. And before you finish your final thoughts, we have one more race tonight, because of course we do. It's spring tournament. That's all we do. Over on our own channel, over on FFR, Shadow MRT 241 versus Ivy Karma. We finish up here. I'm going to send a raid over there, so if you haven't had enough FFR in your night, we got one more race for you.
All right. Be sure to stay tuned through the weeks and months ahead. Plenty of spring tournament action coming at us, whether we want it or not. My name is Lord Fizzlebeef, and it has been a joy to calm this. We will see you all next time. Have a good night, everyone.